Okay. Alright, let's start this crap up again. There can't be much more left to the main game. We'll play Steph's story another time. But boy, there really must not be a lot more to this game. Come on. Alright, so hopefully this pops in as Steph comes up the stairs. We only have to do like 40 seconds of replay. Where she tears up her stupid ticket. Come on. Alright. I'm just not going to look at anything in the room. I'm just going to go walk downstairs. We've already looked at it. Oh no. Shit. I need to hit the bomber jacket.
Begin on a Titan mining scandal that has rocked the western slope town of Haven Springs, where a council meeting was the scene for shocking revelations. Local bar owner and
Don't care.
admitted in a tearful confession to covering up the deaths of 7 Titan employees as their manager 12 years ago. A recent cover-up, which involved a clandestine and unpermitted explosion to thwart inspections, caused the death of Haven local Gabe Chen last month. Mr. Lucan is currently in police custody, awaiting arraignment. We will have plenty more
Throw the rat.
Story, including the resignation of Typhon CEO, the market impact, and what it all means for your drive time commute.
Like how it hit nothing. Still turned the radio off.
Yeah, the silence is worse. I need to get some air.
Oh my god, I gotta clear all this crap out.
Do I need? I've got some continued support. The phrase recent events is doing some work and it never ends. I'm so sorry I worried
Just skip
you all.
forward.
I bet
If
Steph
anyone's
wishes she
actually
could
watching
reword
this,
that.
and certainly nobody
But
is.
it's
You
pretty
should,
funny.
Skip forward. I'm just getting rid of the notifications. Okay. We're gonna fuck off,
After
Ethan.
summoning all my strength and willpower, I'm now ready
Hit that thing.
to move from the bed
Alright,
to the
good.
rooftop.
You ever swing a pick before,
There's the skip
Mr.
button.
Chen, John, and but I'm a hard worker, and I learn fast, and I don't mind long hours.
You don't have somebody waiting on you at home?
No, sir.
Well, John, guess you're a hell diver now.
Hey, Steph.
Alex, wait. Before you say anything, I have to get this out.
Okay.
What you did at the council meeting, it was the bravest thing I've ever seen. And it made me want to be brave too. So, here it goes. I want to be with you. I don't give a shit about playing music or seeing the world. I mean, I do, but only if it's with you.
Oh, this
And
is
if you'd
nice.
rather stay here
I've
instead,
opened
then
the drawer in the little wardrobe here.
fuck
thing.
it. I want to
And it's
stay
a
here
good place
too.
to put my feet. Yeah.
You ripped your bus ticket.
I can get another one. Or not. It doesn't matter. Point is, I'm in. For whatever you want.
Why would you rip up the bus ticket? We could have gone on the bus.
You've, given me a lot to think about.
Well, good. That was the idea.
I think this game
You know where to find me.
should have been released episodically.
Good luck, Chen.
Thanks, Steph.
Why are you leaving? When are we banging? Jesus. It's like no one bangs in this game. Hey, I just want to tell you that I would want to move in with you. Alright, bye. That's the conversation that was just had. She just fucking left. And Alex didn't say shit.
All right. Just
He
tell
just
me.
let it happen.
What?
My future. What to do? The night of the Spring Fest, Steph made a strong push for
Right on the
leaving with
road.
her.
Living in the middle of the ocean.
Playing on the road. The excitement of the unknown. Of course, that was before all the shit went down. Come on, you're the know-it-all. So tell me.
Actually, I do know what you should do. You should stay in Haven.
You really think so?
Of course. You finally have a home,
Job.
a job,
We're at a
people
business
who actually like you.
that is going to die.
Why would you give that up?
That's true.
The town's industry needs to completely pivot to tourism or something.
Then again, maybe leaving would be better.
What?
You're young, you suddenly have a little money, friends. And don't you think it's time to give this music thing a real shot? No, you should definitely leave.
Fuck off. Stop it, Gabe. I don't need the mysterious spirit bullshit right now. I just need my big brother.
I'm sorry.
I know.
But here's something. It's 3 hours from now. A bus pulls
Ferry
away.
bus.
You're not on it. And neither is Steph. Life goes on. You get a job working with Steph at the record store.
Then you learn to hate each other and break up in 11 months.
All those years of being a music snob finally pay off. And little by little, time does its thing.
That's pretty good fake snow.
The apartment starts to feel less like a museum, and more like a home. Thoughts of Jed, of Typhon, even of me, begin to fade into the background.
Are they getting rid of the guns? Guns are cool. Don't get rid of the skull. Ah, jeez. I think you gotta keep the. You gotta keep the damn cow skull. What are you doing?
The rooftop is your stage. You perform every week to a small but adoring
None of
group
them have ever
fans.
noticed your fucked up guitar.
Maybe while you play, you wonder what could have been. Performing for more people in more cities, sharing your music with the world. Or maybe you never think about that much at all. You don't know exactly when it happens, but one day you look around and find that you have transformed this place just as much as it has transformed you. And the most extraordinary thing of all is just how normal it feels. You don't question it, you don't doubt it, or wonder what might have been. It's your life. The life you fought so hard to have. And for the first time in a long time, you just live.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
You really think I'll transform Haven?
Of course, you already have. With your gift, your music, just by being you. But Alex, that doesn't mean you have to stay. You have the potential to do that anywhere you go.
Do what exactly? Become an actual musician?
Live in a van, travel between dingy bars, hawking your SoundCloud, pouring your soul to strangers. Sounds pretty great if you ask me. The truth is, there's no telling what that version of your future might be. The only promise is the adventure. So, what do you think?
Well, so this brings about something that I talk about all the time. And I say it, and it's the way I say it is kind of not true. I say everywhere's the same. People ask me about this stuff all the time because I've traveled around a lot. I've hit all the states now, been to a lot of countries, done a lot of things. And when I go these places, I don't typically stay with the... I don't, oh man, I do touristy things, but I tend to do them more like in a staycation type of way, if you understand what I'm saying. I enjoy doing little things. I enjoy doing some big things. I enjoy seeing weird stuff. Some things are unique. For example, this trip to Denver, I saw a famous outcropping, not really an outcropping, the famous exposure of the KT boundary. I think I might have mentioned that in one of these other recordings. I went to go see the Great Sand Dunes, tallest sand dunes in North America, certainly. Gone around to some parks, seen some mountains, but also I hit up a Torchy's Tacos, which is, I think, from Austin, but hit up a Torchy's. I've seen some pretty basic stuff. I've been to all the grocery store chains and kind of tooled around in the neighborhoods. We've hung out with people, it's new people, with people I've known before, and it's the same. Okay, yeah, I went to the sand dunes, and that's totally, I've never been to the tallest sand dunes in North America before. But what did I do there? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I drove in. I walked in the visitor center, didn't have a mask, and they tried to kick me out because I didn't have a mask. And some guy gave me a mask. I was very kind of him because I didn't have one. I genuinely didn't have one. I got some postcards. Asked the people a little bit, people working there, about some of the things I was interested in. They gave me the answers. I went back to the car, and I thought, well, should I climb the dunes? Because I wasn't sure if I should, because I didn't have a lot of time, and I needed to get back, because I worked in the morning. I decided, well, I gotta climb the dunes. Otherwise, there's no point in me coming here. So I climbed some dunes, and I went a lot farther than I originally intended. I got to the tallest dune, so not that far in, but a few miles. Alone. I listened to the Hamish and Andy podcast while I was doing it. Got bored of that. Listened to the History of English podcast while I was doing it. Took a bunch of photos on my phone. And then I walked down. I got a bunch of sand in my shoe, and it was actually difficult because I tried to get down before the sun set, and I failed the sunset. But I was down before astronomical twilight, which is important. And as I was driving out, I got pulled over, and I got out a ticket. All right, now that particular event is unique, right? But that's, that event has been replayed for me in a dozen different cities in a dozen different years, doing a dozen different things. Me and my friend Simo, so I wasn't alone on this one, but me and my friend Simo hopped the fence to run around the original Olympic Stadium, and then a police officer came by and sent us away. And we kind of went out of our way to do that. It's a pretty basic one. Me and my sister last summer, we went out really, really far to go on a mine tour. I got pulled over twice on the way back because I wanted to go on this mine tour, which was way out in the middle of nowhere, but it was a cool mine tour with headlamps, and that's cool. Most mine tours have like this was like we were real miners. It was very, very groovy. And so I was hurrying, and I needed to get back, but we did what we had to do, and I spat a lot and got out of tickets. And then there's other times when I just want to see this stupid thing, and so I go and do it, and listen to a podcast alone while I'm doing it, and I just do that shit all the time. It doesn't matter. Oh, right, okay. Well, here's another one. I'm not going to go on for that long. But a while ago, for example, here in Denver, few of my friends wanted to go see some things. I have some things I want to see. They're not that interested in those things. And that's okay. Because I know that I'm there. I'm going to get what I need out of whatever we do within reason. So we all went to one of these little mining towns here. We had some food. We went and looked at a couple of other things that they wanted to see. And, I got what I wanted to out of it. I went to take pictures and things like that. I hung out with these guys. And they're not like, none of these people are people with whom I would really choose to spend a great amount of time. But we had some laughs. I told some stupid stories. I did a bunch of very Tim things. They all had a great time. I had a great time. Shit on them, publicly and loudly. I got kicked out of a business because I didn't want to wear a mask. And so it was really good. And it just sounds really stupid because I have the coronavirus, right? I got kicked out of a fucking business. Anyway, it was hilarious. We had a great time. I got these guys to go to this thing that I wanted to see. That was really cool. But that's not special. Me going to do that with these people, I can do that anywhere. Because it's me. It's not the location. You don't have to seek adventure to have adventure. While people, if you're trying to tell the story or tell an anecdote, or you're talking to somebody and you say, oh yeah, I've been there. People say, oh wow, you've done so much different stuff. Yeah, I've done stuff. Just like Alex would do stuff if she was seeking adventure, but it's just different stuff. I'm not spending any more time doing things than other people. Just because I've done it in a bunch of different places. If you see what I'm saying. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do without going anywhere. They did a LARP. They have tabletop games in the bar. They've got a radio station. They've got a record store. They've got a marijuana thing. Staying in Haven does not mean she's not seeking adventure. And seeking adventure doesn't mean that she's going to experience anything more or greater or more interesting than in Haven. And I'm coming from this as a person who's a former, vagabond, essentially, going around in a van to wherever we were going that time, working a Renaissance festival or doing this, and being the stay in Haven guy. If I were Alex, and I thought Steph didn't really care, then I would probably stay in Haven. Just because there's going to be some shit to do here. She hasn't even gotten bored of this town yet. Exhaust it. Get bored of it a little bit. Then go. Then you and Steph go. And this business that Gabe was saying about her transforming the town, and her having the power to transform any town she's in. I mean, she doesn't, of course. But, there's a video game with mystical powers, so maybe she does. But at large, we're all the protagonists of our own stories if we choose to let ourselves be that. And most people do. But anything you do, if you do with enough force and gusto, you're substantially affecting those around you. Even if you don't know it, even if you're not putting it into it, even if you're not putting a lot into it, even if you don't feel that these changes that you've made are important. If I've ever decided I was going to leave an area or a country or something like that, I've inevitably gotten people saying to me that they're really upset and cry and so on, and I'm leaving. And it even happened quite recently when I was saying hypothetically I might move to Romania. We had some tears out of it. It's like, Jesus Christ, who gives a shit? But it shows that a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't realize how much effect they have on others. And a lot of those other people, they don't realize how much of a rotating cast people around you are. For some of these people who maybe don't feel like they're the protagonists in their own lives, and they have these large, forceful personalities come through and deeply affect them, it feels weird and it hurts when they continue to go through. They just don't understand that they're the important person. And for every person who comes through and changes their life, they're changing other people's lives. For example, this person who cried when I said I was hypothetically moving to Romania. She and I were not dating or anything. We're simply known each other and hung out. And I'd substantially affected her life. She and I had talked more than we talked to anybody else at that time. We talk every day, and we would always talk about what we were thinking about certain things, how we felt about just random stuff in our lives. And she, being the exact same age as me, coming from the same place as me, gave me this whole weird other insight into things going on that I wouldn't have never seen before. Because she was very much just like me, but the opposite. And so I valued that a lot. And so she had a great effect on me. But I'd leave her in a fucking second, because I know I'm me. I control what I do and with whom I have fun. And if I lose her, then I lose that thing. And that's, unfortunate, but it happens. If I lose her, I lose that thing. But I'm going to find somebody else, and I'll have some other thing. And a lot of people don't get that. And so you do have the power to change people's lives around you. And it is anywhere. And anywhere you go, you are still going to be you. Do you think if you moved to Frankfort, Kentucky, a city of 30,000 people, that you're not going to have as much fun as you did in Chicago? It's like, but what about all the bars? Think there aren't enough bars in a city of 30,000 people to entertain you? What about nightclubs? I'm sure there's a fucking disco. Are you going to meet all 30,000 people and be bored of them? No. You're not. You're not. There's going to be some you're going to have the life you're going to have, and you're going to have it no matter where you are, as long as you have the freedom to do so. So at this time, if I were her, I would stay in Haven Springs. If I thought Steph didn't care, I'd stay in Haven Springs, exhausted. Really go until I feel the need to go somewhere else. But if Steph really wanted to go right now, then I'd go with her. Fuck it, why not? You never say no. If you're in a situation like Alex is in, where really it doesn't matter where you are. She can go be a waitress in any town, right? It doesn't really matter where you are. And you have an opportunity to go with somebody, to have a safety net, and just go do shit and fuck around. You take it. But right now she's got a safety net in both places, and she's still doing shit and fucking around in Haven. She hasn't passed that point. She hasn't been here 6 months yet. You know what I mean? She's still learning Haven. So I would ask Steph, stick in Haven for a little bit longer, and then go seek adventure.
I know what I want.
liked this game. I think Steve Austin. Don't remember that. So I think this game had a message. I think this message of this game is
and think that I'm better off all by myself, even if I
be who you
sing.
want to be.
But you found me, and you helped me see the light, the dim fluorescent flicker
Do what you want to
in
do.
a dark, defeated night. I've had my fair
really
share of
basic
losing,
message.
and I've hung on by a
Don't think the
thread
other ones had.
within meaning, and the memories
I think the
gained
other ones
friends
had.
and wrote some melodies in the darkness. I just couldn't look ahead. I was blinded by my own self-doubt and forgot what I was all about. Move forward and try to let yourself in. It's not a bad thing to be brave.
Yeah, really.
March on a path
And then
that you
it seemed like everything we're pushing in those two games. Something I was right. So basically I had to take it. You had to play those games with the idea that the developers were always wrong. And then you make the right choices. This game, I don't think they did that. I think they let everything be good or bad.
I kept my heart closed. Thought it
They said no, it's
easier
okay.
to handle it if I was on my own. But you taught me
Ending conversation.
some things are worth the risk.
Game.
Nothing comes too easily
Kinda said it, but
when joy
maybe
is
not
dangerous.
to the
I
detail.
had my fair share of losing, and I've hung on by a thread within meaning, and the memories gained friends and wrote some melodies in the darkness. I just couldn't look ahead. I was blinded by my own self-doubt and forgot what I was all about. Move forward and try to let yourself in. It's not a bad thing to be brave or march on a path that I will take. I'll move forward and try to let myself in. 'Cause nothing comes too easily when joy is dangerous.
that location.
all up to you. And I'll count down the days. Don't say that you wouldn't too. 'Cause I heard the rain as I felt you coming.
Those are cool hats.
And I heard my name.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I missed a reflection. How do I forgive Ryan for not believing me? I didn't even have that option. Oh. Maybe because we weren't boning. Yeah, look at those percentages. So 31% of the time, Ryan believes Alex. 32% of the time, Ryan believes Alex. 31% of the time, they're boning. And no, that doesn't make any sense. Huh. Well, that was fun. I might put these last few together in one big long video and then put a timestamp for when I go off half-cocked about how it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing because you're you and you're always going to do the things you do. Yeah, so I think I'll do that. Probably try and go to sleep. I might play Wavelengths tomorrow. We'll see. Okay. Come on. Come on, mouse.